Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers as they match up with the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm. Enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Just like that.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Devin Bush in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try
and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Devin Bush able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After the sack on 1st down, Fitzgerald. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Fitzgerald. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he comes back with one complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time. And they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Ryan Switzer, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Passing, it's Dalton. This one complete to Giovanni Bernard. The 40, the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Giovanni Bernard His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Bullet good on the extra point. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
A gain there of 30 big ones. Roethlisberger now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we keep stats on everything, don't we? This is one that you don't want to have. That's his 2nd drop right here in the first quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, only in the first quarter. Certainly a ship that he wants to right quickly. They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Mike spot 4, Mike spot. These 2. You got nothing to do.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah,
I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Dalton, and that's complete. It's Green here. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. They'll run on 1st down. Bernard. The numbers last week for Bernard, 18 carries, 55 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. These 2 teams all tied after 1. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything.
It's caught inside the 25. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Second and goal from the 1. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. This will be taken to the back of the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defense.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Dalton gives to Bernard. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Touchdown, defense.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 8.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Davis now to return it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they brought, and he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry comes flying in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman of the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Complete to Watson, the tight end.
Let's go, baby.
Here we go, here we go.
Roethlisberger now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. He's going to launch it for Washington, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. To try again after the sack, Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Just 11 seconds to go in the half as they have it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And look, well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
James Washington making his way back out towards the huddle. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, it means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, but it's going to be second down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. 25 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just...
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. With touchdown number 27, that ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On second down now, it's Anderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. They look to throw on third with Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin Bush, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And I'm just wondering, how many yards is he going to throw for? We're only in the third quarter. He's just thrown for a ton.
You have your abacus here?
My what?
Your abacus?
I thought you said like Atticus Finch.
No, we're not getting that deep. But counting this up, we might need a few extra people in here because...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now Ben on third and long. Complete to Washington. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. They'll indeed go for him with Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
22 yards there, a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Do you know what that generally means?
Success. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Switzer with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. As his guys can... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Bush in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Dalton. And the pressure gets to him again. Devin Bush in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. 3rd down from the gun. Dalton under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devin Bush in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He's going to launch it for Washington, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Here we go.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Here's Roethlisberger. And that's complete. It's Watson. 23 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon, finally. On 1st down, Bernard. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. On 2nd and 9, Dalton. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Here's Dalton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Devin Bush, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
That right now That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
There he goes, left side. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, not able to believe their good fortune probably. First and goal at the 2. A very short field to work with now. First and goal after the great punt return. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. With his 28th touchdown, drawing level. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin Bush drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Man, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. This is brought in at the 21. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game, because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead, he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet, the little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Caught by the tight end, Watson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. On first and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Ready? 230. Mike's by 4. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeffrey Simmons, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Throwing, Dalton. And he's going to go down again. Devin Bush in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton in the middle. And the pressure gets to him again. Devin Bush drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Roethlisberger back into his end zone. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Roethlisberger, he'll find Smith-Schuster, that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been terrific so far. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Hey, seam 6. Here we go, Flash.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Hey, high 7.
Oh, Roethlisberger gonna throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Dalton. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. Here's Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Right here.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And a catch made by Johnson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount.